wasn't going to come live, but I thought I would. Just in case. Hi, Kelly, you off today? Oh, it's cold. Just been cleaning. Mind you, says that I'm sat in this. It's not like I'm sat in a cardigan. Oh, yeah. Good. Well, funnily enough, Kelly, went to bed last night thinking about things like you do. And this chat's a sort of, I think it's a bit about anxiety, but not with me, but I don't know how this chat's going to go. I was doing my gratitude this morning, but then wrote a load of stuff out underneath it. That's not to do with the gratitude, it's just to do with things I was writing down that I saw people talking about that I like, just so I could come and tell everybody. But I'm not bothered that I've messed that page up with other stuff that, like, I'll just flip it over and do my gratitude on this page. Because as I said yesterday with these crystals, I know I'm going to get this wrong, or I don't even think it matters if it's the wrong way around, but I thought, oh, these crystals are like, because they were really cheap, like really marked and got like this stuff on, I don't know. And I'm like, you know, oh well, what's the word? The perfectly imperfect, or the perfectly imperfect, it's alright to be, or is it, it's alright to be imperfectly perfect, you know what I mean? Because we all are. There's no one better than anybody else, so, you know, we're all the same at the end of the day. So, I was in bed last night, and this is why I say, if you're on a spiritual path, where's my chocolate gone? I don't know if you've seen these in Aldi, Kelly, they're really, really nice. Peanut and chocolate chip, cocoa, or whatever they say. Is it like gluten-free, these little cacao brownie things? But I just thought, you know, I say, when you get a chance, when you're doing in bed or whatever, if you're on a spiritual path or whatever, or it's just something to make you feel better, always go and watch stuff. Or they are, always go and do your, what do you call it, researching about stuff, but just go and find interesting stuff. So what I did last night is, one, I watched a film called, this wasn't research, but it was a good film. Don't know if anyone's seen it, Bright, last night, with Will Smith in it, from a few years ago, I think. Will Smith, I can't remember who else was in it actually, but he was a policeman. Like a modern film, he was a policeman, and his mate in it was an orc, you know, like the orcs out of Lord of the Rings, not as scary looking as them, but he was an orc. So there was all different species on the planet. So there was orcs, there was elf people, the elves, but they were like the rich ones because they were magic. They had all the money. They lived in an area where, you know, they were all like the posh ones, and everyone drove a sports car because they were just beautiful, and they had this, that and the other because they were like magic. What else did they have? Like magical people and this, that and the other. Hi Rachel, you actually caught me on that. I wasn't going to go live actually. So I watched that I'm going to be talking about anxiety in a minute. So I watched that last night, and I just loved it because obviously it was a bit magical, and I had a bit of diversity in it because the orc was in the police station he worked at, 'cause he was a policeman as well, but he was an orc policeman. Nobody liked him because he was an orc and they were trying to get him out, so... But Will Smith did like him in the end. He was making out as if he didn't because no one else did, but he did, blah, blah, blah. It was just a really good film. And they were sort of saying he didn't trust him because if he was an orc, they followed, you know, the devil or something because they were evil years back. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I've had it as such, but I'll get on to that in a minute. I just waffle first before I get anywhere. So... But he wasn't, because he changed over time, like things do change, and that's why I said you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But I watched that, then I went to bed and thought, I know, Kelly, that I told you about this age ago, or you knew about it, or whatever. The book, The Secret. And if anyone does suffer from anxiety or depression and you've heard of this book, even if you read it, I've read it, give it to a friend. She's not read it. I kept telling her to read it. She won't read it. So I'll say, if you're not really into reading books, go and get the audio on it so you can listen to it at night, or go and watch it. I watched it on Netflix last night. I've known about this for a couple of years. I have read the book, listened to the audio, watched this film, but I've re-watched it again because it's good to re-jog your memory, even though obviously I know I'd do this anyway in the spiritual path I'm on anyway, but it was just good to watch it last night and re-evaluate, like, you've got to keep doing it all the time. Hang on a minute, I need to go and get a book. Oh, it's disappeared again. Let me put it in here. Right. I'm going to have to look for that. That book's disappeared. It was in my bedroom, don't know where it is, but when I find it, yeah, I'll show you, because it was the, can't remember the, anyway, it's a book that if you don't believe in, yeah, I've not seen something like that. Me and my sister read a book once called Message to God, or Message to Conversation with God, or something like that. But this book's like, The Secret is Law of Attraction, if you've heard of it. If not, I suggest if you go on Netflix and type in The Secret and just go and watch it. No matter what you think, just sit there. It's dead relaxing anyway, you'll love it. And if you've seen it or read it a while back, just go and re-watch it, because I watched it last night and I was just like, it so works. And there was a book that I got called it was a number and a letter, I can't remember, by somebody Grout. I have shown it on here before. I don't know where it is. Again, it's normally in my bedroom, don't know where it is. Anyway, that gives you little scenarios to do. And people will know who've heard this before, way back when I had a gift off a friend and it was asking about a gift would come in, and I had so many couple of hours to receive this gift without thinking about it, and I got it and blah blah. So I'll talk about that again when I find it. Yeah, E2, thanks Kelly. It's called E2 and it works, and it's the same thing as Law of Attraction. I got this book, Law of Attraction, ages ago. I've just seen a new one, even though I can reuse this, but I'm a bit like, I've wrote a load of stuff at the beginning that I don't know. This massive book from America, they are about £30 odd, I think, but they're thick. And what it is if anyone's interested, is, I can't show you phone because it's got writing in it, I don't want to show that, but it has a monthly planner if you're into planning, and then every day it's like gratitude and what are your goals. It's to keep you on track of keeping them goals in focus, because like I said, I watched The Secret last night and I was like, I love this, you know, there's a lot of people that know about it. And like I was saying yesterday, you can't get miserable because other people have got more things than you've got. Because if it's like material things, you're never going to be happy. Because like I said, if next door's got that car and you want that car, you get that car. That car breaks down, you're not happy. Oh, they've got a new car next door again. Well, I've just got this one. Well, I want another one. You'll never be happy because you're always striving for the next thing, the next thing. If you get more money, you're going to want more money because, you know what I mean? You should be grateful of what you've actually got in your life now. I don't have a lot, but I'm grateful for what I have. And because I'm not striving and jealous of people and going, oh, I want that because they've got that, and actually looking at what I have got, I just don't think about it. So I was watching that. I don't know what I was watching. This morning, and then I came across I just stuck this in on some tape stuff. Hi, plants time. So I just wrote this in. You are the creative source. So it doesn't matter if you believe in God, whatever God is, because I believe God is a name that everybody... Yeah, I changed it to witchy ways because I've always had it in here, but I'm sick of putting witchy ways when my ways are witchy ways, so I might as well just put that in. But like I said, anyone from any religion can come because it's, or beliefs because it's a positive thing. But God to me is a name we give, especially if you're in a religion, because everyone, someone has Allah, someone has this, so that's their God. I see it as source. To me, it's the same thing. I won't go into that because I've done talks on that before. Oh, thanks, plant time. Bye. But you are the creative source. You are the creator of your own destiny. You are the designer of your destiny. If you want more money and stuff, you do need to put them intentions out there and to be focusing on it, but you also have to work towards it as well. You can't basically just sit on your ass and wait, but when you do put your intentions out there as well, don't be so focused on where it's going to come from. Well, if I asked for this, because you have specifically got to ask for definitely what you want. They say the universe is like a catalogue. You ask for it, but you don't think about how it's going to come into your life, because when you watch The Secret, you'll see how things came into people's lives and how because they changed the way they were thinking, because it's all about to do with the way you think. That don't worry, that's like an anxiety thing. Do not worry about choking on a peanut. Do not worry about how's that going to come in. The world works in mysterious ways. Sometimes someone will just come into your life and they'll be like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, I know somebody might, blah, blah, blah. I'll introduce you to this person. And this person, you start talking to them and they offer you a job, and it was this job that you've been after, or this type of job you've been after, and you just can't believe it. But it's because you attract what you put out there. You've got to send it out, believe it. Don't let any negative thoughts come in whatsoever. What else did I write down? Because knowledge is power. You need to be more love and less worry. Just don't worry about where things are going to come from or anything. It's just, it's like this date. I was supposed to be going on this date today. I've actually deleted him, so I don't even know if he's... Do I look bothered? No. I know it's coming in this year, but I'm not bothered. It'll come in when it comes in. Okay. And also, what else did I write down? When you're looking into spiritual things as well, and things that you think about, don't be, like I'm sat here talking now, don't be swayed off just what people say because somebody said it, therefore it's right. You go and do your research on stuff and don't let anyone's thoughts just overcloud what you think just because someone said it was in a book or whatever. But because it says, I don't know if anyone get this, a wise man is guided by the stars, but only a fool is led by them. You don't have to be led by anyone. That's why the path that I've chosen to take, you can have, and I'll say witch, and you can have people who are Wiccans, but Wiccan's more of a religion based, and pagan, I just choose to say witchcraft. If you don't get it, you need to go and do some research about it. It's nothing bad. Because I don't like following rules, and I don't want someone saying, well, you have to do this. Well, I, like that says, I'll be guided by the stars, but I won't be led by them, because I've actually got my own thoughts and my own brain to think. That's why I say when I do certain things with things that I do, putting intentions out there, I just do how I feel it's right, not because someone said, well, you must do it like that because someone said years ago, that's what you have to do. I just do it, I can't say the word, intuitively, and just the way I do it. And like I said before, if anyone's watching from a religion-based sort of thing, it's like, don't be scared. When I say a spell is an intention, it's a wish, just like a prayer. You put it out there to the universe, you pray, you're praying to God, you're praying to the source, I say. So when I'm thinking of a spell or a wish, I'm just putting my words out there, your words of power, out to the source. Same thing to me. I just call it something different. And then like the tools that some witches use, crystals and stuff, they've got energies on them, frequencies and things. It's just to focus you on the intention that you're putting out there. It's nothing bad. And someone did say as well, which is good. What did it say? If you're in a religion, basically it's a guidance, even like the Bible or whatever. You look through that because it gives you guidance of, and basically it's up to you whether you take the guidance to be a good person or a bad person. But I'm not into religion, and I'm not Christian or anything like that, but the Bible is like a guide to help you, in life. But it's up to you if you choose to be good or bad. People will say there's bad Christians, there's bad, whatever religion, there's bad people in them religions, there's bad people in witchcraft, Wicca and that, because it depends how they choose to be. They can take things, but it doesn't mean that they're a good person just because they're in that belief or religion. It's up to you whether, what guidance you take out of that and how you choose to be. But yeah, so I was watching The Secret and I was like, oh, it's so great, this people, like I'm saying, if you haven't seen it, you need to go and get it on Netflix. It's just a really nice thing to sit down with a brew, because it's on for quite a bit, and just listen to it. It's great. It'll make you smile, guarantee it'll make you smile, and maybe, hopefully, it'll make you think different, because the thing is with anxiety is it's all to do with the way you think. And if you think, years and years and years ago, anxiety wasn't, I don't think, as much about as it is today, or maybe we just didn't call it anxiety. It is basically just the way you think. But now everyone has anxiety. Like my son says he has anxiety, my eldest one. You always say, I've got friends who've got anxiety, and I'm like, yeah, but don't you think it's because the modern world today is so fast and so, you've got to be doing this, you've got to be doing that, you've got to have this, you've got to have that. Everyone gets too stressed, and like everyone starts getting anxiety, and then because you're thinking too much about things, like when you go for a job interview, I was saying to my son, I don't think you're the only one that gets nervous when you go for an interview. You're young, if it's your first interview, of course you will be, but I could go for an interview now and I'd still be nervous. You always think, you think people are looking at you, or people are talking about you. What will people think? It doesn't matter what people think of you. Because if you think about it, if someone's pulling you down, like I tried to say yesterday, someone's calling you, someone's, calling your names or spreading rumours or what, that is not a reflection of you. That is a reflection of that person. That is a reflection of, that person really needs to go and look at themselves and go and check themselves out. Because that's a reflection of them. It's not a reflection of you. You know the truth and everything, but you should never, as you get older, I think you learn as you get older, we should never ever worry about what other people think, because like I said, a couple of days later will be next week's chip paper, or so what if you dress different, or there's something that you want to be, but like I said before, you don't want to, I don't mean come out, but whether that being you're gay or you want to come out as goth and you want to wear them clothes, I've said this before, but you're scared because none of your friends do. They'll think, you were never like that, or you want to go on a spiritual path, or you want to come out of a religion and try something else that's spiritual, or spiritual to a religion, I don't know, whatever it is, but you're scared. Like I keep saying, this message I keep putting across, it's about love, and it's about loving yourself. You don't do things for others, you put yourself first. I said the other day, I know this sounds weird, but you don't put your kids first, you don't put your family first, you don't put your friends first, you put you first. Because if you're not well or you're not happy, you're no use to anybody. But if you're happy because you're doing the things that make you happy, therefore you will be there for your children, you will be there for your family, you will be there for your friends, therefore they'll be all happy because you're happy. You have to put yourself first, you have to learn to say no sometimes. Rachel, if you're still on here, I used to work with Rachel. She knows me as Nini. Rachel's sort of a bit the same as me. Likes to help people, and sometimes she knows at a workplace we used to work at, I used to say yes to things all the time, most of the time, to keep people happy. But then it's nice to keep people happy because I'm saying about love, but sometimes you do have to love yourself, as in you have to say no sometimes to people, because if you don't really like it, and this is with friends or anything, like going somewhere or doing something, and you think, oh God, I hate doing this, I'll just say yeah to keep her happy. But if you're not enjoying it, why are you doing it? You know? If your friends don't like that, then, like I said, it's a reflection of them. What do they not want you to be happy? You know what I mean? Do a bit half and half, but you can't always do what someone else wants to do all the time, because it's not going to keep you happy. And it is basically, it is to do with the way you think. It is a mindset. The more you don't think about, this is why I say do not watch the news. Yes, I know you might have to keep in the loop, but this was also on Law of Attraction, The Secret, In The Secret, this stuff I already know about anyway. They kept saying, yeah, you might need to see bits of the news. I don't watch it. I didn't even know about this shooting in America, but I found out about it through watching YouTube, and I've seen a few snippets. And yes, it is awful, but the reason why I stopped watching the news years ago is because I'm an empathy. I cry over everything. I get upset about the world, the state it's in with some things. I cry at Beauty and the Beast. I cry at everything. I get upset. I'm such an emotional person. So therefore I don't watch it, because it also got me riled up with like, why, is there no good people? If you keep watching stuff like the news and like thinking, oh God, this, oh, it's awful, and you keep putting your energy on it, that's all you're going to get back. Negativity, shit, sad things. You are what you think about. So don't be thinking about ex-boyfriends or the news or this. If you don't entertain it in your life, you're going to be a lot happy, and you're going to attract other things. You need to concentrate on the things that keep you happy. Sure, I wrote something down there about that. Let me check. Sure. If you know what I mean, though, my nose is running again. You are what you think about. So if you're always thinking you're unlucky in love, you will be unlucky in love. That's why I'm saying I'm not bothered about this guy. I know someone else is coming in. That wasn't meant to be. Oh well, move on. Do I look bothered? No, I don't. But I can't explain it. If you watch, even if you don't believe it, if you just go and watch The Secret, even if you've read the book, just go and watch it again and jog your memory, because mine was a bit ago, and it just boosts you again. But you've constantly got to be doing it, and you've constantly, I know it's hard, but you've constantly got to be in that mindset of, they say like, if you live in fear, there'll always be fear, there'll always things be happening. There was a story in there where the guy said he kept getting bills through his door, bigger bills and stuff like this, and he said, he just kept thinking about it, therefore he kept getting more bills and more bills. So then I think he changed a number on his bank statement and rubbed it out and put that he had money in his bank, and he was just thinking, I'm abundant in wealth and this, that and the other. He said the next couple of times, yeah, we did get his bills and obviously little bits and bobs. He said, but he started getting checks through the mail off places. He said, you don't know why, like you can't think, like say something had just come up and gone, oh, we actually found out in the files that we owed you this much money from Blad years back. They sent it. He was just getting checks sent to him. Money like I know it was only £5, but I found like 2 fivers. Well, yeah, 2 fivers. And then he started thinking, because he was always thinking about, he was in debt, money. That's what he attracted all the time. So he was therefore always in debt, therefore always getting these things. Once he changed his mindset, things started coming in for him. They don't always happen straight away, but you do have to work at it a little bit. So I suggest you go and watch The Secret. Like I said, if you have seen it, read the book, but it was a bit ago, go and jog your memory, get a brew and a biscuit, and go and sit and watch it, because it's really good. But it's funny as well, because people with anxiety, and I know there's a few of you that watch me that have, because you've told me, people have anxiety with travelling and stuff like that. All them things you think about in your head, even if you think, oh, she says she doesn't have anxiety, or he said he doesn't, they don't seem to have anxiety. I wouldn't say I have anxiety, but maybe everybody does, because everybody thinks, like, travelling, I don't like travelling as such, but there's things in our life, in situations. Oh, me too, Rachel. Have you ever heard of The Secret, Rachel? I swear to God, you go and watch that on Netflix and you'll just feel loads better. I used to always say yes to friends, even if it was stupid things like going to, not that I go out that much, but going to a certain pub that they wanted to go in. But I didn't really like it. And that's not a mega thing, but I didn't like it. I didn't like going there. I didn't really like the people that were in there or anything. They're just like, not being offensive, they're just a lot older and like, just weren't for me. So I started saying no. And I did get asked the other week and I was like, no, I'm sorry, I'm doing something. You know, you can tell a porky little white lie to say, oh, I'm busy. But I just thought, I don't want to go in there. So I don't want to be sat there when this person normally talks to everyone else anyway and doesn't really speak to me when I go in anyway. So what's the point being sat there like somewhere where I don't want to be? I don't really want to be drinking. So what am I sat there for? I'd rather be sat at home, to tell the truth, watching something I'd like to be finding out about. But do you know what I mean? So, but everybody always has thoughts in their minds, even I do, the positive people. Like, you always have thoughts in your mind like, oh God, what if this happened? Or like, when I get back into work, I said the other day, they've told me I can go on a beauty course as well if I want to, because it's free for me at the minute. So I was thinking, yeah, well, go. And then them little things caught in like, what if they're all younger than me? Like, because I'm 41 next month. Hiya, Kelly. You need to watch it, right? Honest to God, if you've never heard of it, Law of Attraction, you might have done, you really need to go and watch The Secret on Netflix. You'll love it. And I was thinking, whoa, what if the girls are all younger than me and like I'm the oldest one there and like blah blah blah. You know, I could think like that. Oh, I don't want to go, but I'm gonna go. And I was thinking, no, there could be some people in the same situation, but how do I know? Turn it around and think, well, I could go there and be talking about something. I could meet a new friend. I could meet somebody in the beauty industry, nails, something that might offer me a job or open doors in different ways, not necessarily to do with a job. It could be spiritual or so like that. When you get talking to people, I don't know. And that's the fun about sort of, you get anxiety from not knowing, but sometimes the not knowing is good as well, because you just don't know what could happen. Yeah, sometimes things could happen, you think, oh, I'm not sure if I like that, blah, blah, blah. But you could go and think, do you know what? You know when you do that thing, because you always think something's going to be worse than when you actually go and do it. And then when you go and do it, you think, actually, I don't know what I was worried for, you know, it was actually better than I thought, and I'll feel a bit better next time you go, even if you're still not sure, but you'll go next time and think, I've got to go to this other meeting, but at least I feel better because I've seen a few faces. So each time you go, like, 'cause if I go to this, it's like for 10 weeks, two days a week. The more I go, the more I'll feel more confident. Because at the end of the day, it's going to get me out of the house, which is good. And like I said, I could meet new friends or anything. So don't always be scared of the negative side of like, oh my God, you know, I don't know what's going to happen sort of thing. That's when my anxiety sets in, because what could happen, but you don't know. Fantastic things could happen. So you just don't think when you go. When I go, I'm not going to think, oh my God, what if this happens? I'm just going to go and think positive thoughts that day. Set your intentions in the morning. Just think happy thoughts. Just go with a smile on your face, you know, and just see. Don't be overthinking. It's the overthinking. And I think that's the world today, makes us overthink because of the shit we're watching on telly. Yeah, it is fear-based, that's what I mean. And everybody has it. I don't care if you say you don't have anxiety. Everybody has it because everybody thinks that slight, like, I think slight little things, but then I learn to push it out of my mind because I think you can't control what's going to happen at the end of the day. But you can control how you react to it, basically. You know, you can either think, oh shit, well that happened, oh well, I'll try harder next time, or oh well, do you know what I mean? It is the way you react to the thing that's happened. If you're gonna, some things that have happened in the past that I've talked about, I used to concentrate on it a lot going on. But now I've learned that through this, that the more I thought about that, and Kelly, this will go for you as well because I know what you're going through at the minute. The more you think about that or a person or whatever it is and why this happened and oh God, they just and blah blah blah, and you're putting all your energy over there on that person, like if it's a relationship, that person. Well, you're putting energy on that situation. Just think, well, I'm not going to try and sit and work out what happened with that relationship, that situation, that friend, whatever it is. I'm going to forget about it. I'm going to concentrate on me, like I said, love you, do the things you love. It is true. And if that person is the right person, they will come back. And I had this situation where they came back, but then they went again and they're fucking staying over there. Sorry for swearing, but they're staying way out of there. You will be. You've got to learn to love yourself. That's why I think this guy was supposed to be meeting today. Yeah, I know I was excited, but I kept saying, and I said it in a video a bit ago, and someone said it in one of my tarot readings, they are going to come this year, but it's going to be when I'm, as in, stable, as in, I don't mean stable in my head, because I wouldn't exactly say I'm stable. Don't want to be. Stable as in my job and everything, and it's moving that way, and I know that's got to come this year because things are getting in place for that, and that's why I went for the interview and stuff like that. Well, once I'm settled and I've got my little things, because obviously with my job and I know I can sort of fend for myself, if you know what I mean, and no one's telling me what to do anyway because I'm on my own, but then this person will come. I know that, I know that, so that's why this date not happening today has not bothered me, because I thought, I'm not at that place yet, but I know that person's coming in. As I pulled the card out the other day, jumped out, that's all it's been, the lovers. So I'm not in a rush. Good things come to those who wait. But when you're putting energy on whatever situation you're putting energy on, debt, a relationship, a friendship, some sort of situation that's gone in the family, when you are, you can have a bit of a grieving thing. This is what I do. I have a bit of a grieving thing, and then I just sort of think, right, bog that off. I've cried too much now. That's getting out of my system. It doesn't matter, if you're putting energy on that situation, constantly thinking about, but why did this person do that? Why did that situation happen? Why? I said the other day, someone said, and it's a really nice way to think of, if you didn't hear me the other day, rejection from a job, a partner, a friendship, whatever it is, a situation, rejection is spirit, it's protection. It's protecting you because down the line, obviously, it's not going to be right for you. The job might not have turned out right. You might have had an argument with a co-worker, something might have happened, this big thing happened. It was all like, oh my God. You found out down the line that this guy that you thought was the love of your dreams, for a little while he was, but then he wasn't. He was cheating, or it was, I don't know, he was doing things, I don't know, whatever. A friendship just, do you know what I mean? It's spirit protecting you. So you might feel rejected, but don't think too much of like, why have I been rejected? Why is it me? Is it because of me? Is it because this happened? Move on. So that job wasn't right. So that person wasn't right. Well, there's plenty more fish in the sea. And even if it's hard when it's someone you obviously thought you loved. I felt betrayed. Yeah, rejection is spirit's protection. So think like that because it's a nicer way to think. You know my story, and people who don't, well, I'm not going through it again, but because it's not something I want to keep putting my energy on, but I will say that happened was the biggest deceit and like thing that's ever happened to me. And that person came back a second time, but it's the biggest deceit in my life, and I'm just, like, oof. And I did put a bit of energy on it, but now I don't even think about it because I just think, no, there's a better person to come in, better than that person was. They were there for a bit, but obviously I got rejected in a sense, but it's spirit's protection because I see this person, I see what they're still doing, so I definitely know that it is spirit's protection, and I can't go, whatever you want to call it, I could never go through that again. And if you have to be on your own for a bit and realise that you have to love yourself a bit, it's hard when you've been with someone, especially when you've got kids with somebody, because exactly, Kelly, when you've been with someone and you've had kids with them, and obviously I had one like nearly 18 years after with this person, and thought that maybe this time it'd work. So it was the biggest heartbreak for me to especially split with that person, even though I got rid of them because I had to, because they were cheating anyway. At 5 weeks pregnant was like the biggest deceit, heartbreak for me. Hardest thing I've ever been through in my life. It might not be hard as some people's things that are going on in life, but the hardest thing for me, and I felt like at the beginning, and I even told my sister and she said sorry because she just thought I wanted to be left alone. I could get upset now and cry about it. It was the hardest thing I've ever done. Because I felt on my own. When he was newborn, I felt on my own. And to think now, I didn't know at the time, and I don't care if this person's watching, that when I went into labour, I even let him in there. I wasn't with him. I didn't know at the time, but he was sat there texting the person he was with when I was giving birth to his baby. It's just disgusting. But... and I don't care that I'm crying because I'm a real person. I like people to see... I won't talk about too much because that is, I know that's what I mean. I have come a long way, and when I think now, you think you're not a strong person, but I think I am. Finn's 3 next month, and I've come a long way, and I've realised that I don't need a man to make me happy. It starts with you. It starts within yourself. You don't need on the Secret. I'm not crying because I'm upset. Just when I think about what I didn't know then, it upsets me. But I'm not upset now. It doesn't. I don't think about it now, it's just because I'm talking about it. But, yeah, it's a blessing in disguise. If I'd have stayed with that person, oh my God, I wouldn't even like to think I would have killed him. Put it that way. But I don't think about that now, but there was a little story in The Secret where a woman was going on about a relationship or so. It might not have been in The Secret, it was something I was watching yesterday, because I'm always researching stuff. You've got to research the positivity, things that bring them up, but it might not have been that, it could have been something else, but there was somebody talking about the relationship, and the partner wasn't making them happy because he'd gone out or something or other, but this person said it's not up to your partner to make you happy. Yeah, it's nice when they do things for you, but it's up to you. So this night, he come home, he was a bit annoyed because she'd just gone out with friends, and it showed you in a pub, and she was laughing her head off and having fun because she realised that she can't sit around sometimes if you're in a bit of a funky mood and your partner comes in and maybe they're tired from work, man or a woman, and you're thinking, oh, I'm a bit down, or they've not really seen that I'm down, they're not making me happy, like, oh, they're all... Well, go out and do something, go and ring a friend or go around to friends and go and have a laugh with them. It starts with you, it's not for someone else. You don't own anybody. That's another thing, people think they own people. You don't own anyone. People can come in and out of your life, be it the partner you thought was your life partner. Oh, I can't see that bit, Rachel. The comments never let you read it quick enough, but do you know what I mean? So the biggest tool in your life you have is your mind, and the biggest thing is just love. It's just love. You've got to love yourself. It's love, compassion and empathy. I have empathy for everything because I get upset for everything. I have compassion for people. Even someone I could say I didn't like, and I wouldn't say hate because hate is a harsh word. They'd end up telling me something. I'd end up sitting there cuddling them and thinking, do you know what? I shouldn't have really thought that about them because actually they're a really nice person, because that's the sort of person I am. Start feeling sorry for people. This is why in life it's got me in trouble, feeling sorry for people in different situations through my life, because someone's told me something. This is men as well, and I've believed them, and they've told me some sob story how the partner, they're not in love with them anymore, or this, that, and you just think, and I've got myself in trouble with stuff like that. Yeah, people with a tough past, they were even talking about, like I said, people with a tough past through abuse and all sorts of different stuff, and people will, say, oh, well, I had this, upbringing and blah, 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 blah. It's not nice when that happens to people, but you can change it by the way you think. You can get through that and think, I don't have to be a product of what happened in the past, because I choose to change it for myself, my kids, whatever. I choose not to let that in and destroy my happiness. You don't have to think about it. Sometimes you have to deal with certain things, but that's sometimes when people come to a spiritual thing where they think, they've got to do stuff. But it is, no matter what spiritual thing you come to, whatever thing you're in, the working on yourself this is what I keep harping on about, is self-love. I love myself now, and I keep saying that's not in a conceited way, whatever you call it. I think I do as like a spiritual healer, like an agony not a big-headed way. I mean, love yourself. You're only, well, we don't know if we're only here on this planet, I don't know. But this is the body that you've got. You're on this planet. You can't magically turn into somebody else and be that person. Well, you can be a different person. You can choose to think different. But you're here, you're stuck with yourself. So you either... You never know, Kelly. Well, they say Pisces are healers and they are very spiritual, intuitive, the fish. So you never know, maybe that's why I'm going all blue. But you can choose to be a different person. You can't be like, I will be that person, like I look like them, I'd love to be them. But you can be like that. If you look up to someone, you can be like that person. Yeah, we all have one life, so you're stuck with yourself. If you don't like yourself, as in you think, God, why do I get so angry sometimes? Why do I like put people down? Why do I do this? Bit of a narcissist, whatever. You can choose to be a different way and choose to start being nice and choose to start giving love out, and you will reap the reward of giving love out because you will get love back. Yeah, you've got to choose, Kelly, to be happy for you and your kids. So I'm always telling Finn I love him. That's why he's always like, Mummy, I love you all the world, and I love you all the universe, and you're my best friend, and you're my best friend. And that's what he says about 25,000 times a day. But I love it. I just think it's so cute. But if you don't choose to love yourself and look after yourself, like Rachel just said, she's only just learned to start saying no. When you're a nice person, you always think, well, I don't want to come across as a bit nasty, or I don't want to say that, so I don't want to say no, but sometimes you have to, and I've learnt that. Why say yes to something if it's something you really don't want to do? I know I'm saying about love and helping people, but you can help people, but you can help yourself by saying no sometimes if you don't want to do something. Like, I was so much of a yes person when I was younger about just everything, and then I think, why am I doing this? Do you know what I mean? I'm just making myself miserable. But like going back to the relationship when I just got upset before, when you're with someone, it could even be a best friend that you've known for years, but when you're with someone and you've got kids, and it's really hard to think straight because you're like, it's the father or the mother or whatever, whichever situation around it is. And it is so painful and upsetting, but if it's not making you happy, and the same thing is, I know this sounds harsh, if they've left or whatever, then you're not making them happy. And I don't mean you're not making them happy. You could be doing everything to make them happy, but it's them, it's not you. Maybe they're looking for something, because that's the thing with the world today. Everyone's always thinking the grass is greener. It is not greener. So let them go and find out. But the time they might come back again, because some people do come in and out, think, oh, I went over there and thought, oh shit, the grass isn't greener. I'm going to go back over there to them, because they'll take me back, because they normally do. That's what happened to me. And then they go again, because they think, well, the grass is greener, I think it's so easy to cheat these days, and this, that and the other, and they think the grass is greener, and they find out it's not. But then in that time of, I'm going back over here to see the grass is greener, you might just think, do you know what? You ain't come back in my field, because my field isn't greener. Actually, my field's full of rainbows. Why am I don't even know where that's come from. But you ain't coming back in my field of rainbows. You can stay in your little green place over there, but I'm with the rainbows. So you're not coming back, and I don't want you back, because I love myself and I've realised I'm worthy, and I don't want you back. Negative thoughts lead. The thing is, the more negative thoughts I don't know why I just came out of the rainbow field. Maybe that's because us Pisces are like that. Mine's a rainbow field, by the way, guys. It's not my pasture's greener than yours. Mine's in a rainbow. Yeah, exactly, because at the end of the day, negative attracts negative. The more negative you are, and it's hard because if you get in that negative spiral, you're going down. So you're just attracting everything negative. You're attracting negative people in your life, because if you're negative, you're going to attract negative people that are on the same sort of plane as you. So you're going down. If you're positive, you're going to start attracting positive people. This morning, I got out of bed. This just proves one of the points as well. Yeah, they say if you start off, like you get out of bed, if you start off, say you stump your toe or something, you're like, oh, fucking hell, and you start getting in that starts getting negative. Other things start happening. Guess what happened to me this morning? Got up. What did I do? I got up. I was thinking a bit like, no, because I was a bit tired, something, and I was like, ugh. And then I went upstairs, and I just made some toast, because I always, when I haven't got Finny, I always make some toast, go upstairs and watch something, right? Then I dropped my toast on the stairs and got jam on it, and then I had my brew, and that slopped out on the stairs, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. And then I thought, Janine, positive thoughts. I don't mean it was positive thoughts, I mean, they weren't negative thoughts, it's just because I was like, and I thought, you're getting that negative energy in because I dropped my fucking toast on the floor and my tea. So I just went and got a cloth and wiped up and thought, la 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 la, positive thoughts, go upstairs, because I know for a fact my day would start of continually going like that if I started going, oh, why has that just happened? Then I probably would have stumped my toe at the top of the stairs, and then that would have pissed me off, and then I just would have been like, if you know what I mean. So, but then again, if you go down, like I always say, you're at the bottom, and the only way you can go up when you're at the bottom is at the top, because you can't go any further down when you're down. You have to rise in the end, and gradually, step by step, you'll start coming up. You'll start attracting people in your life. You need good friends around you. You need, good people in your life, and you need positive people. If you're around people that are negative, you need to stay away from them. It's hard sometimes if it's a family member, because you do get family members who are negative or don't believe, like, my beliefs, what I believe in the path that I'm on. My sister's into it, as in, she wouldn't say she's a witch, but she's into, law of attraction. Dark chocolate prosecco and a mindful magazine. I'll talk about that in a minute. But she believes in it because she's done stuff and she got a partner through it. And my dad's believes in, different stuff. And my mum's a bit like, but when I tell her, she's like, oh, yeah. So that's all right. I tell my friends, they're just like, yeah, because they know Rachel used to work with me, she knows I'm a bit off my head anyway. So, but if it is a family member or a friend, you don't have to be nasty. You might have to say no to a couple of things, and if you don't like saying it, just make a little white lie up like, I'm washing my hair. Not like I'm washing my hair, but you're busy that night because, I don't know, you're not feeling well. I don't know if you really have to make an excuse up, but just gradually don't be around them people a lot. If they used to ask you out a lot and you keep saying no, they probably won't ask you out a lot, but you don't have to be constantly around them people. And maybe if you do have to go somewhere and see them people because you have to visit, maybe just don't be in the same room as them all the time. If it's like a family event, you don't have to go and sit on that table. You can go and say hi, do you know what I mean? But if they're... Rachel will remember, when we was at work, there was a certain person that just used to be really negative, there was a few people that used to be negative, but a certain person that, you can get this everywhere, you'll go to work and you'll say to someone in the morning, hi, and they'll go, and you go, morning, and they'll go, and then you'll go, did you have a nice week? And they'll go, oh, well, this happened and this happened, yeah, and you're like, and then your energy starts going, and you're thinking, oh my God, I wish I never asked. And then the next day you'll ask them again, oh, how was your evening? What did you do? They start again like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, and you'd be like, so your energy starts going again like the energy sucking vampires. So in the end, you can't be asked asking them how the weekend went or how the day went, because you just think it. And we used to think, oh, fucking, I don't even want to say morning. That sounds awful, because nothing they said, nothing was positive. Nothing. And it was just like, Jesus Christ, you just think, okay, now, like, I just can't speak to that person anymore, because nothing, even if you tried to sort of like put some positive thought into that, they were so close-minded as well, about people's sexuality and stuff, even though I think their son ended up being gay in the end, which was really strange. But she wasn't a bad person. I think she's obviously just one of these persons that doesn't realise you are what you put out there. So therefore, if you get what I'm saying, she was miserable because everything she spoke about was negative. There was nothing, do you know what I mean? Even in a day where some crappy things have happened, you've got to look at the thing that happened, even if it was tiny, that was good in that day, and concentrate on that. Yeah, and concentrate on that. Don't concentrate on, even if you've had, I have shit days, but even if you've had a really shit day and you think, oh my God, there's always tomorrow to start again, by the way. But concentrate on that really good film that you watched that made you laugh your head off because it was really hilarious. Or like, I've seen my flowers bloom, and again, not these, but my pink ones in there are massive. Yeah, because you know what I'm talking about, Rachel. Do you remember? Ooh. I know I was awful because I did take the mic once, but I just thought, do you know what I mean? If you can't be around you, if you're a person who suffers from anxiety, depression, or whatever, you cannot be around negative people. It will not help you. It's hard with people with depression and anxiety because you can feel good and then you can feel down, but we all feel like that. So that's why I think, don't think because if you have anxiety or depression that, oh God, woe is me, I'm the only one. No, actually, we all get that. We all have thoughts of stuff and like blah, blah, blah. But the difference between people who have anxiety and depression compared to the ones that you think, you know, seem happier is because it's the way they think. Patience is because of the way you think and how you react to that situation. When you go to a situation, a new job or whatever, don't think about what's going to happen. Just go in with a smile on your face and think, oh, I'm going for an interview, everything's going to be fine, this, that and the other. It is the way you think, but it is hard for people to think that way sometimes. But all it is to do is mindset and how you think about a situation. So instead of thinking about this relationship's gone tits up, this situation's gone tits up, whatever it is, just think, I'm not even entertaining it. I'm not even going to think what went wrong because most of the time it isn't you. It is the other person, like I said. Someone's always putting you down, dragging you down, like the person that I used to be with was a narcissist. So they make you think it's you, but it's not. It's a reflection of themselves. If they want to go around spreading lies, saying this, that and the other, just think, oh well, that's up to you. I'm not bothered what people think of me. That is a reflection of the sort of nasty ass person you are. That, you know, whatever. Even this person I was just talking about, that's a reflection of them. They're just negative. Some people you just cannot get through to say, you're wondering why your life is going downhill and you just feel, you know, negative all the time and nothing ever happens good in your life, is because that's all you're constantly thinking about. You're putting it out to the universe. You're changing them. I can't explain. So I do suggest, if you sort of know what I'm talking about and you're intrigued, you need to go and watch The Secret, because obviously they explain it much better than I do, scientifically and all that, of why thoughts come in to reality. Your thoughts will come into reality, not in the ways that you think. They'll come in at some point, and after you'll think, oh my God, yeah, like where did that come? Like I said, you are the creator. You are the creative source. You are the designer of your destiny. If you choose not to be happy, you're not going to be happy. If you choose to be happy, you'll be happy. Like I said, if this person, job, whatever, doesn't come back into your life, well, hey ho, they weren't meant to be there. Yeah, you might have had kids with them, like me, but maybe that was for like, I can't imagine not having Finn now, even though I don't like his father. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't have it any other way. Even though I had to go through that experience, I just think, like I said, it's spirit's protection from that rejection. But I did have to learn a few things, and all through that situation has made me stronger, a better person, and realise my worth is worthy of someone to love me for who I am, what I stand for, and what everything. And to truly let somebody in. And I also know what I do not want in my life anymore. I know Rachel, who's watching, she knows about this person years ago when I first went out with him. And she knows when I came to work once, when I had marks on my face from this person and people were saying, oh, you shouldn't be with him. But it was like 5 years after they came back. So you do think some people have changed. And I won't say some people don't change. People don't change the spots, as Kelly will know. But some people can, if they're ready to change the way they think. If they're not, they won't. And the person I was with, I doubt ever will. If I ever see it in the light of the day, why I'm still living, but I doubt it. But even if they did, it wouldn't make me take that person back, because that's way too under the bridge now. But yeah, but I just think, well, you know, abusive mouth and abusive hands as well, do you know what I mean? But everything I went through, I'd just say, has made me the person I am today. So in a sense, I forgive that person, because it is about forgiveness. As daft as that sounds, I forgive him. I forgive him. I feel sorry for him in a sense. I forgive him because I just think, do you know what? Maybe you saw things in your childhood, I don't know, but you know what I mean? I just think I forgive you in a sense, because you just basically need to, you know, grow up and find out about what life's really like. No, they can't change, but I just think I forgive him in the sense of like, through that, I've learned a lot about myself, and I've learned a lot about loving me and knowing that I'm worthy, and I don't need any person in my life to make me feel happy. That's friends and family and everything. It starts with me. And then, like I said, then you can give it to your partner, your friend, your kids, your partner, your friends, your family, because you're happy. Like, I don't know a lot, Rach, but I know you went through a few things, and I'm sure you'll agree, when you're not happy, or you've been ill a bit, or whatever, you will know that you can't give that love to anybody else, because it's not with you. So you sort of like can't act all happy at some point when you have a bit of a crash and burn, because you haven't got it there. But once it's there and you realise a few things, and you've stopped saying yes to people and stuff, and then you build yourself up with the things that you actually like, then you can give it back, and then your kids are happy, your family's happy, your friends are happy. You can attract more positive people into your life. Yeah, from negativity and anger, it is such a hard thing, but I just advise people to go and watch The Secret. Like I said, even if you've seen it or read it before, but it was a bit ago, just go and watch it again. I really enjoyed it, even though I was like, oh yeah, I remember when they were talking about this, but it's just uplifting, and it's good. And the thing is, today, in this world, we need oh shit, sorry. Someone just got off upstairs, banged something on the floor. I was like, oh, it's another candle smashing again. But we need a lot more positive people spreading the word. I know it sounds corny, of love, but we do. But it's self-love. And I see the source, God, or whoever you call it is, it's actually you. It's in you. You create your own reality. If you want money and you want an ace job and loads of money, you've got to start portraying that and thinking about it and putting little intentions out there. But you've also got to do the movement towards it, as in researching and applying for them jobs and this, that and the other, you know what I mean? But like I keep saying, that picture that I got from Aldi, let me just switch the light on. That picture that I got from Aldi, that's what you should do. Do what makes your soul shine. Oh, thing is, Rachel, they're still doing it. They're still doing it. Not to me, obviously, but they're still doing it, believe me. I'm just like, whoa. So to me, that was a massive, like, it is spirit's protection from rejection, because, you know, I actually took my rose-tinted glasses off and thought, do you know what? Not anymore. I don't think so. So, yeah, do what makes your soul happy. Never mind what makes everybody else happy. You do you first, and then everything falls into place with your kids and everything. Because like I said, you know, if you're not happy and you start getting grumpy and you're getting mad, you are going to take it out on the people around you. You're going to take it out on your kids. I don't mean physically. I mean, you might be shouting at them. It might take you not as long to snap, you know, like, man, why have you got all these toys out all over the floor, and all that, or like snapping at your siblings, or, you know, like just being nasty and negative and stuff like that. But, you know, when you're happy and just try to think about things in a different way, you'll have more patience, because it is about patience as well. Calming down and thinking, do I really have to get like There was a girl at school a few weeks ago, because Finn's not in me for 2 weeks because he's been ill. And we're talking about something like, because my mum's got OCD and stuff like that, but like she said, because she's got 3 kids, so I mean, Finn makes a mess. And Rachel, but well, Kelly and Rachel will know this. I mean, I've got 2 kids, obviously my other one's eldest, but Rachel's got an elder one like me and then a younger one like me. So when Finn gets his toys out, it's like an atomic bomb's gone off or something, because one kid can make that much mess in the front room. Now, years ago, I'd have been like, oh my God, like, there's toys everywhere, I'll put them away, but then they put them away and they get them out again. And I just think, do you know what? Now I'm a bit older, patience has come, because I just think, do your worst, because he clears them up at the end of the night, they get put away, it's tidy, I can relax them, but stupid little things like that, does it really matter at the end of the day? You know, they put the toys away later, so what? But this girl was at school going, oh, and I get dead stressed, and I was crying to my mum because they got all the toys out, and I just thought, in the bigger picture, you know, with things going on in the world today, does it really matter that your kids got your toys out all over the floor? You can put them away in the evening. Oh, I couldn't see that little bit, you know what I mean? But you've got to have patience as well, and sometimes when you get when you can feel a bit negatively creeping in, because you might be getting a bit mad because kids have done it, and then just think, just breathe, count to 10 and think, does this really matter? Is this really important? But this does say about all this in The Secret. You'll have to comment again, Rachel, I couldn't see it. So the thing about live, it doesn't stay on long enough for you to sort of like read it when someone does a long text, but why have I just wrapped that round my cup? But it's all about this. That's why I had to buy this mug. Don't let negative people in. You know, seek out some new positive friends, or come and listen to me on here. I don't know. Oh, I didn't see the end of that text. What was it? Oh, I didn't see yours, Kelly, then. But yeah, I do want to look into meditating. Because they say meditating is like when you pray or whatever you do. Oh yeah, that when I was with him, see, when you're with a narcissist or something, they like control, so they don't want to see you shine. When you shine, as in you're happy and this, that, and the other, narcissists will tell you what to do, tell you what to watch, tell you what to wear, tell you can't go here. I got told I couldn't go to pubs because ex-boyfriends used to go in there, but they were allowed to go in the pub where they still go now with their ex-girlfriends in. So it's all about control. When you bring something up to try and stick up for yourself, they'll twist it and make out this big argument to come out because it was you, because it's always you. If you're with a narcissist, it is always your fault. They will never look at, you know, oh, maybe that it's always your fault. No, it wasn't. It will always be your fault because they twist it all the time. And it's to make you think in the end, actually, did I cause that? Was that me? Was that? And they keep you down because, like I said, it's a reflection of themselves. They don't feel that good about themselves anyway. But if they're making someone, I've said this before, lower than them and feel more shitty than they do, then they'll feel a bit better because you're even lower than they are. So if you're with a narcissist, get out. That's all I'd say. It's not good to be with a narcissist. The thing is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're married, you're engaged, you're in a relationship. Nobody on the planet owns anybody. And I don't care about like people who say like the Queen of England and all that owns England, owns the lands. Nobody owns anything. Nobody owns the planet. Yeah, we pay taxes and all that, but it's all bullshit to me. Nobody owns fields and stuff. I don't care. It's just because someone's got money, that's all it's to do with. Nobody owns anything. You're married, it doesn't mean you own that person. If that person chooses to walk away, you don't own them. Do you know what I mean? If that, you can't, like with a narcissist, they try to control you. You can't control somebody's mind. It's, do you know what, I don't know if you get what I'm trying to say, but it's like nobody owns anyone. If you're in a relationship, you should be, it's 50-50. It's 50-50. You do little bits for each other, but also you have a life to do the things that you've always loved, because that's another thing when you get in relationships, it's hard, because sometimes at the beginning you're all lovey-dovey, and then like when I said I came to my path, and then I sort of dwindled off it when I got with that person because I sort of forgot about it because they wanted me to do things with them, or they might be like, oh, what are you doing that for? Because they are a bit needy as well. Like, oh, don't be sat there for a couple of hours doing that. Come and sit with me and do this. And then in the end, you sort of maybe don't do the things that you love doing. And even down to it was my house, I wasn't allowed to watch anything on telly. Coronation Street, nothing. That's why I don't watch anything now. But I don't watch anything now because I'd rather be watching positive stuff and reading up and looking online about the things that I want to learn about that I talk to you about, because I just find it so much more interesting. I was even in bed today, Rachel, this morning with a brew, watching about aliens, because I just thought, I think I'll just have I could be an alien. I don't know. It was just interesting. These guys that were talking about conspiracies from years ago, like when they think they found alien ships and all that. I'm not talking about aliens, I'm just saying I just watch the things I want to watch, but they just like to control you. But nobody controls anyone. I should have been like, what are you telling me I can't go in there for? I will go in there because I will do what I want. You can't, but I didn't, because I didn't have the balls to, because I just thought, because he said to me, well, if you go in there, that's it, it'll be over. So because I thought I wanted to be with him, I was like, oh, I'll do as I'm told. Yeah, you just get people who thrive off playing. Yeah, one door shuts, the other one opens, who thrive off playing mind games. And they get that into your head that in the end, you sort of like start believing, oh my God, it's me. And that's why I came on YouTube at the beginning and I thought, yeah, it's me. But then when I got rid, I was like, it's not me. I'm a nice person. I'm not saying I'm perfect and I don't get angry and I don't, this, that, and the other. But as you know, Rachel, you're a lovely person. You used to work with me. You know what I'm like. I've always been like this. I just thought, it's not me. It's not me. Like, he says things now like he'll go, oh, you just think people really like you. You like, nobody likes you. That's what he says. And I just think, there we go again. A reflection of yourself, actually. Nobody really likes you, mate, because they know what you like. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't me. It was a reflection of himself he was trying to put on me. But then I started believing it. But then when I came away from that relationship, I was like, slowly, I was like, what? Like, I'm not a nasty person. Like I said, nobody's perfect. We all have imperfections. We're all, which way around is it? Imperfectly perfect or perfectly imperfect, whatever it is. You know me, never get anything right. And I'm not saying like, well, like I said, I'm not perfect and nobody is, but you can be a nice person. But gradually I started thinking, do you know what, it isn't me. I am a nice person. I try, I'm not going out like trying to basically consciously going out there hurting people and upsetting anyone. If I've ever upset anyone, it's just been through maybe something fell out of my mouth or like, I don't know, I've not intentionally gone out and set out to hurt somebody. It might be because someone's made me go astray and like told me a load of lies, so there I felt sorry for them because that's what I was like. Just felt sorry for people, so get myself in trouble because I never saw the liars about me. Do you know what I mean? But now I do see, because there's certain things I see from being with this person that has learnt me to see these things in people. Oh yeah, thanks Joe J. But that's why I say, don't look back at a relationship or anything, even if you're in the middle of it now and think, oh God, this, that, never. Because I look back on that relationship now and think, I don't think too much of the hurt and what happened. It's more like what I've learned. So my positive spin on that relationship now is, to think positive is, well, I learned this and I learned that. So I did get something positive out of it. I had to go through a bit of a, but I can see the positive coming out of it, and that's what you've got to look for. Yeah, it's just like, it's mad, but if you can think about the positive, the past relationships are lessons, and I hope that when I get in a new one that I'll be able to see this, because I won't entertain nothing like that now. Because the thing is, that's why I came to the path. I didn't say this in the chat yesterday, but I've been in a lot of relationships, not all relationships, quite a few relationships where the same things happened, or someone's treated me in a certain way, or I wasn't getting, I don't know, the love that I think I deserve. But I think that's because I've sort of done the same sort of thing and maybe got in a relationship a bit too quick, or maybe like sacrifice my happiness for them, so it's never worked. So this time it won't be like that. It'll look like, I'm going out, I'm going doing this, I'm going to see my friends. So, you know, we'll have time together, but you see your friends and I see my friends. But, you know, we have respect though. We're not going to be out all night and this, that, and that. Do you know what I mean? There's that respect in it. But nobody owns anyone. And I won't be having anyone telling me what to do. Therefore, I'm not going to be telling anyone what to do. If you have love, respect, and trust in a relationship, then that's what you need. If that isn't there, that's one of the biggest things. If you're always thinking about what's someone doing, or were they cheating, or I don't trust them, you're not respecting someone's wishes, because you can still have little arguments and not agree on them, but you can still respect each other's opinion. Like, I could get with someone who's, if they're not bothered, I could get someone who believes in God, because I don't, and we could be like, yeah, well, I think this, but I wouldn't be like, yeah, oh, God, right, and all this. I just respect your way of thinking, and that's all right. You do your thing, and I'll do mine. You know, and I've seen relationships like that on here where there is someone I follow who's a witch and the husband is not. I think he's a Christian or whatever, and but it's fine, because it's like, well, that's your belief, you know, whatever. Oh yeah, that's what I mean. When some people see a good natured person, that's why I've attracted. This is what I think. I've attracted them people, them like energy suckers, because they always go for the people who are vulnerable. And I have been vulnerable. My mum says, oh, you never think this. You always see the best in everyone, and you always think this, because, and I do still think the best in someone, because I think you have to. But I've always got them people who've gone, she's an easy target. Because like I said, I do think there's someone on here who's playing games a little bit, because they see my vulnerability as a nice person. That's why I said, don't take me for a fool. Yes, I do get my words mixed up. Yes, I do say things, like I come on here and think I don't make sense sometimes. I know what I'm talking about. I can't always explain it. I am a soft person. I am an empathetic. I do get upset about a lot of things. But don't take the mick, because I may be a bit dolly, as in I am a bit daft sometimes and don't understand things in a certain way, but I do see things, and I see this person and I'm thinking, it doesn't mean I don't know, because I haven't said anything, that I think there's someone playing a few little games on here. Oh yeah, everyone always reveals the true colours, and you know, oh, thank you. Well, you two are as well. You two are, you know, kind, beautiful, heart on your sleeve person. I know Rachel is, and Kelly, I can tell anyway. A lot of people on EMR, but a lot of people do take the mick, you know, will go for the people who are, you know, a bit softer and like that, because they're easy to control, or so they think, but that won't happen with me now, because I've learned a lesson from that relationship. But I don't know, I don't know. But like I said, honest to God, Rachel, if you watch that, there's someone that I told to watch it last night. Someone in America said they'd really benefit from going watching it, because they were saying something about family members saying something. I said, you can't choose what family you were born to. Doesn't mean just because you were born in a family that everyone's playing the okey cokey. Do you know what I mean? You will get people who are jealous in a family. You will get people who are more negative. Like my mum, she's not negative. My mum's dead funny and everything, Rachel, and all this. But sometimes she'll say things, she'll go, oh yeah, but I said, just don't think about it, mum. She goes, yeah, but it's true because it's on the news. No, it's not true because it's on the news. What, because you just got told on the news, therefore it's true. Let's go and research some stuff, mum, and just don't think about anything. Just don't think about it. But what if this happened? Just don't think about it. Think about the positive things in your life. That might be your children. And if you want to go and look at something, you've got little kids and you want to feel happy, just go and look at them when they're laughing. Because, you know, when you catch your child, like I catch Finn sat on the couch laughing at Masha and the Bear or something, but when he's really giggling, I'm like, oh my God. So if you're ever in a situation where you've gone somewhere and you're feeling nervous or scared of something, or you're feeling a bit down, just think of something like that, like when your kid laughs, because it will make you think, oh, you know, or whatever. But like I said, you don't have to be on a spiritual path, whatever it is, to think positive. It is a mindset. But that's why I do the videos I do, because I start thinking about things, I start watching things, and I have to come on and tell you all. Oh yeah, kids make you stronger. And that's why I have to tell, I'm always putting this on, Finn, I love you, I love you, I love you. And he says it to me all the time, because my mum said something the other day. And I said, I want him to say that because I want him to be able to say that to someone he's with, and I don't want him to be like his father. I want him to be... That's what I was saying about Valentine's the other day. Anyone can buy anything for Valentine's Day. It is more of a commercial thing, but it is a nice thing. I like Valentine's Day. That's why I bought myself this for Valentine's Day. Don't need anyone to buy himself something. But that's what I was saying. If you're with a partner and you're like, oh, they've bought me something for Valentine's Day because they don't normally, they're not normally like that. Yeah, but if they just bought you that to shut you up, but they treat you like shit normally every other day, that doesn't resonate with me. Like, what, they've just done that to sort of go, yeah, that'll shut you up. Like, you can tell everyone you got something for Valentine's Day, but actually, the majority of the year, they're treating you like crap. That is not love. That is not love. Someone can do things throughout the year. Someone who didn't get you anything on Valentine's Day, because they might be like, yeah, but I do it through the year, and you're like, oh yeah, but well, yeah, it is nice to receive something on Valentine's Day, but if they do show you in the year and they're showing you all the time, that's even better than a Valentine's present to me, because a fake Valentine's present on Valentine's Day, but like the next day they're going back to the shitty ways and all that, and they're being awful and they're treating you like shite and they're talking like shite, that does not mean anything. Actions speak louder than words, or gifts, if you like to say sometimes. So, no. You know what I mean? Got to look at these things. There was a lot of things, when you're with someone like that, you rose-tinted glasses come on and you don't see things properly. But when they come off, you're like, oh my God, like, why did I let this person say this to me? Why did I let them treat me like that? Why? But then you've just got to push all that aside and think, do you know what? I'm not even thinking about it. That's a reflection of you. You need to go and do you, sort yourself out or whatever. I don't want that in my life. I want somebody. And that's why if I have to wait till, I don't know how long I've got to wait for my person to come in. I do feel it's this year, before summer. Like I said, when I'm set. But if I have to wait, I have to wait. I'd rather wait for that special person than just some people that are going to come in and out and be all right. I don't want all right. And do you know what I mean? I'm not settling this time, because people think, and it explains this in the law of attraction, oh, I can't ask for like loads of money, and I can't ask for like this perfect person. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You deserve it. There's enough for everybody. But like I said, The Secret explains it. If you've read the book, seen the movie or whatever, but it was a bit ago, go and jog your memory with it, because I watched it again last night. I was just like, oh my God, yeah. And the book E2 by Pam Grout, I think it is. That's a really good book, because it gives you, I don't know if you got it, Kelly, but it gives you little experiments to do, and you'll see the law of attraction come into your life. To me, witchcraft, because that's setting your intentions like a prayer, being of the church, as in praying to God, whatever it is, praying, doing a wish, a spell, whatever it is an intention you're putting out to bring things to you. Everyone can have everything. Oh, I didn't say that bit right, Joel. You've just got to set it, believe it, and let it go. Oh yeah, I know that, Rachel, because I know he told whoever he's with now, I know, person he's with now, a load of lies at the beginning that we'd split up when we hadn't this and it was going through rough, and it wasn't. And I know for a fact that he would have told his mates, yes, I did get rid of him, but I got rid of him for a reason. And I've been told off some people that know him, they've told them different things, because obviously he will, because he wants to make himself look better. But what he doesn't know is a lot of people do know what he's like. So, but I don't have to think about that. I don't have to call him to anybody or anything, or I don't say anything to Finn, because if he doesn't change, they'll see that. And Finn did say something to me the other day, actually. Not going into that, but I just think, it'll come out in the wash. Yeah, it'll come out in the wash, and I'm not, he can go and do his life, I don't really care, but people see through people in the end, even if it takes a bit of time. That's why I come in here, and things that I try to write things down, and things aren't very like in order, like these big YouTubers who come in order, because it's just me, and if I want to try and get something out, I'll just sit here and try and get it out, even if it's mixed up and upside down and everything. But like I said, you are the creative source. It's you who creates your life. If you want to be happy, you can be happy. You are the designer of your destiny. Whatever you want in life, you can have. You've got to put your intentions out there, your prayers, whatever it is, and you've got to start working towards what it is that you want. and you've got to believe in it. And even if you put something out there, because they say it's like the universal catalogue, that's why they say do a vision board. I know Kelly, I still don't know, I need to do one. I've got little mini ones, a vision board of everything on it. A guy said on this film, and you'll see it if you watch it, he was in business and he'd done this vision board in his office, and he put this house on that he wanted. In the end, it was this massive mansion or whatever, and some other things, you know. And every morning his ritual sort of thing was he'd have a coffee in the morning before work, and he'd look at this thing, then he'd think, you've got to think it's already here. You know, that was his house. You'll see what I mean when you go and watch the film. Anyway, years after, he'd moved about 3 or 4 times, and he said he was sat in the room, and there was all these boxes, and his son said, oh, what are all these boxes, Daddy? And he said, oh, it's just vision boards. And he was like, what's a vision board? So he said, right, I'll show you. Gets this vision board out, looks at it, and went and started crying. And his son went, what are you crying for, Daddy? He went, I've just realised that the law of attraction works, because the picture of this house, he didn't realise, on his vision board was a house he'd actually just moved into, like 5 years after. Not a house that looked like it, the actual house that he cut out of a picture, but he didn't realise. And it was like, so some things don't always come like that, but they do. So a vision board's a good thing to do. But I'm going to go now. I hope you all got what I meant. Kelly, keep strong. You know what I'm talking about. You'll do it, and I'll do it, and everybody will do it. Remember, it's about what you think. And that's why I was saying on another video I watched, this woman had cancer, and she was saying, I got cancer, but she took like the natural route. She didn't take chemo. I'm not saying people, but she didn't. She did this, that, and everything. She said the biggest thing that helped her was she was telling herself and the universe all the time, I am well. Every morning she was making a cup of tea and drinking it, I am well. She said, and one of the biggest things she did was sit down with her dad, and she said, I watched loads of, because I've told someone this as well, I watched loads of things that make me happy. TV programmes, comedies that make you laugh, because like they say, laughter is a good form of medicine. And that's why I said before about the news, when you're buying magazines, try not to buy all the I'm not saying you don't have to, but try not to buy all these magazines that are all, look what's happening in the world, like I keep saying, and this person's fat, and because that's what they all are about, our lady magazines, most of them, you know, she's doing this. And like the other day I watched a thing about Katie Price on Through the Keyhole, saying she had a dirty house. She didn't have a dirty house. She's got, how many kids has she got? She had some bloody recycling stuff in the background, and she had loads of clothes piled over on this room, that she walk-in wardrobe. So bloody what? She lives in a house. I don't know if she doesn't have cleaners like some of the stars do. The stars get the house cleaned for that programme. She didn't. She's normal. She's also going through something because her mum's really, really poorly. And I just said on this programme, go and get a grip. Who's bothered? Yeah, I like Katie Price. She lives in a house with a load of kids. She lives in a beautiful big house, but she's real. Most of the stars go and get the houses cleaned up. And I did write on get a grip. She lives in a house that's lived in. Yeah, there's clothes in piles upstairs or in a walk-in wardrobe, and they're not all hung up dead nicely like some of them are. So what? Yeah, exactly. She's more. Some people don't like her, but I do. She's the most down to earth. And I like Jodie Marsh as well. It's like, what are you going on about? Even if she does have a cleaner or not have a cleaner, she might do more. But you know what I mean? She's a busy mum. She's a businesswoman. She's got a lot of kids, and you know, it's like I said, Finn makes enough mess, and that's only him. And she had stuff on the side and all that, and I said, yeah, you walk into most people's houses and they're like that, unless you're really OCD or you've got a cleaner that cleans your house every day. Be lucky enough to afford to have that. But I mean, she can afford that, but she lives and I say that's people looking on Instagram these days at like, oh, look at the perfectness of their house and this and other. Yeah, they've probably got, it's like people on YouTube, they've probably got this side of the room all nice and tidy, and then that pile over there is a pile of crap. But they're not going to show you that because they want to be seen as it looks perfect. So what? Go and get a life. Like, why are you bothered? Why are you putting your energy on what someone's house looks like? Like, does what? Do you know what I mean? So, it's just daft. But I'm going to go now because I've waffled on, and I don't know if any of it made sense or helped anyone. If you'd like to leave a comment after, you can. But yeah, I'm just going to go and watch some of my nice daft things. I might go and watch some Faye stuff in a minute. I'm going to go and Google some stuff I want to watch. But I suggest get a brew, and go and watch The Secret on Netflix. And if you've got the audio of it, then go and do that, even if you've done it before. Yeah, thanks Rachel, thanks Kelly, and Jojo, whoever else is watching or watches after. Oh, thanks, yeah, well, you know, just concentrate on yourself, Kelly, and don't think about that, because the right thing will happen, even if that's someone else in the end or whatever, or, you know what I mean. So I'll see you soon, bye.